Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim HaRachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who taught us his truth. Honors and salutations to the elect and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because they shall arise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's come and deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. My name is Maka Alaban Gab and Yasharala with the Church of Philadelphia camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, coming back at you with another one. I'm going to probably entitle this, When Judging Matters, remember Solomon's wisdom. You know, how he dealt with it. You know, because you always want to be righteous, man, and make the right decisions. You know, and hey, man, we got a lot of experiences and a lot of examples to go by. You know, by reading the scriptures, seeing the way men judge, which men judge righteously and which men judge falsely. You know, but I'm just going to go into Solomon's story. You know, because that's on my spirit to do that. So let's go to 2 Chronicles 1. All right, this is 2 Chronicles chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 6. All right. And this was Solomon asked for. You know, this is when the dream that he had and what he asked for, which, you know, if you're in the know, you know he asked for wisdom and knowledge. And everything was given to him after that. You know, because that was what was in his heart. He wanted the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to lead a people. You know, and a righteous man, that's the things that he asked for. You know, you don't need all these riches in this earth, man. You just need what you need, daily bread to get by. You know, and when brothers, you know, ask you, you help them out as well. You know, but this is 2 Chronicles chapter 1 and 6. All right, it says that Solomon went up thither to the brazen altar before Yahweh, which was at the tabernacle of the congregation and offered 1,000 burnt offerings upon it. All right, it says and that night did the Most High appear unto Solomon and said unto him, ask what I shall give thee. All right. And Solomon said unto the Most High, Thou hast shewed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. And David was a great man too. He was a great king, you know. All right. He made righteous decisions, righteous judgments. All right. Because he was a man after Yahweh Shemel Shah's only heart. So of course he's going to judge accordingly and judge right, you know. It says, Now, O Yahweh, power, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in a multitude. That's a lot of people you got to deal with. So when you're dealing with a lot of people, it could get strenuous, man. You know? But, you know, as long as you use wisdom and keep a level head and, you know, judge according to the scriptures, you're doing nothing wrong. You can't go off like that. All right? So it says, where we at? Verse 10, it says, Give me now wisdom and knowledge that I may go and come, that I may go out and come and before this people, for who can judge this thy people that is so great? So he ain't want to make the wrong decisions, man, with his judgments. And that's a righteous move, you know. It says, And the Most High said to Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, you know, and that's what a lot of dudes will ask for, man. You know, the riches, the wealth, the honor, you know, they want to ask for wisdom and understanding and knowledge and stuff like that, you know, to be able to lead the people, because they want their name to be greater than the Most High's. You know, that's a wicked king. He wants his name to be heard or to ring bells and everything like that. You know, but hey, man, think about Yahweh Shai, man. He was a man of no reputation. When people accuse him of things and everything, what did he do? He didn't say a word. You know, he let them think what they wanted to think, because he knew that he had to go through a lot of things to get to where he was going. All right, and it was all prophecy, and it was all the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, because we all have to be tested in this walk, man. And you're going to get tested. All right. So when you're getting tested, just keep your integrity, man. Don't lash out. Don't cause confusion. Don't how would you say it? Don't make up things. All right. Don't make up things and get bitter. You know, don't get bitter. Yo, if you're right, you have no. The Lord's going to protect you, man. So you can't get bitter. Just keep a level head and keep pushing, man. You know. But it says, matter of fact, where we at? All right, it says, as riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither yet has asked long life. And some people will ask for long life, you know, because they would want to keep that power for a long time, you know. We here for a certain amount of time that the Lord has us, man. You know, and that's it. All right, it says, where we at? Verse, hold on, where we at? Neither yet had. All right, here it goes. It says, neither yet has asked long life, but has asked wisdom, knowledge, and for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people, over whom I made thee king. Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee. Neither shall there any after thee have the like. You know, so the Lord blessed Solomon, man. You know, on earth, and yo, when King Solomon was ruling, that was like a glimpse of the kingdom. You know, because we were all at peace. Everybody was in order. You know, he the whole world basically back then was bringing him riches, coming for him for understanding knowledge, because they was astonished. They was like, man, this man is wise, man. You know, and they wanted to be able to run their situations the same way that King Solomon was running his. But King Solomon was under the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Arachak Wadash. He was in the right spirit, you know. And when you in the right spirit, you know, those are the things that are going to that's going to happen, man. People are going to be like, damn, this guy. They're going to be like, they're going to, you know, they're going to be like awed, you know. Like, you look at a man like Apostle Tahar, man, you know, and when he, you know, he brings out a lot. He brought out a lot of information to Israel, man. You know, and people was like, wow, man, it blew people's minds, you know. And that's a great man right there, you know. So you just hey, man, it's all about this work, you know, and being righteous, and you know, just trying to do the right thing. All right, and all your judgments, you know, when dealing with anybody, period, man. You got to make the right judgment, you know, and but first look at yourself, you know. If you constantly examining yourself, you know, then you'll move accordingly, because you want what you want for yourself, you want for your brother. All right, and that's a righteous thing to do. All right, so let's go here to First Kings and get to the story of when he judged this one matter, which is a famous matter that a lot of people still talk about. All right, and yo, and we're laboring right here for the you know, our riches is in heaven, man. That's when we really want to be rich and have everything that we need. You know, everything that you need and everything that you want righteously. You know, not wickedly, because you got a lot of wicked men out here that's you know, they're vicious, man. You know, they don't care for the flock, they don't care for the people, they just care about their own selves. All right. Well, this is First Kings, and matter of fact, it's just like these two women, man. One woman just was caring about her own feelings. You got men out here just like that. They only care about their own selves, and they don't think about other people. You know. So this is First Kings chapter 3. I'm gonna go to verse 16. All right. It says, then came there two women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And one woman said, O Lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the third day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also. And we were together there, there was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlaid it. But how would she know that she overlaid it, you know? Because yo, man, when you're guilty, you tell on yourself, you know? And that woman was guilty of sin, man. So she was telling on herself. And yo, and the king was sitting there the whole time just listening. Okay, because he had, you know, he was calculating. But King Solomon, knew women, man. You know, and he had that wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Shem HaRachakwadash. All right, it says, verse 20. It said, and she rose at midnight and took my son from beside me while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. See right there, she told on herself. You know, the guilt would say the guiltiest speaks the loudest. And we gonna keep going, but she told on herself because when you dealing with like crimes and stuff. Like I watch a lot of like crime shows and stuff like that, and it's certain details to a case or something like that. Like when they do dealing with homicide cases, only the killer's going to know exactly how a murder happened. And that's how they catch them, because they start explaining the certain details of what they did. And they get caught out there every single time, just like this woman. So it says, and when I rose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And the other woman said, nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, no, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. So they was going back and forth at it. Like, nah, you're wrong. I'm right. Nah, this is mine. Nah, so, hey, man. So the king, this is what the king did, man. It says, then said the king, it says, hold on. It says, then said the king, the one said, this is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead. And the other said, nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living. It is the living. And the king said, bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, divide the living child in two, and give him to the one half. Give Salakia, and give half to the one and half to the other. So he was like, basically testing them to see, because he know a mother that loves their child, they don't want to see their child perish, man. They'd rather give a child so the child to live. Like, matter of fact, look at what Moses' mother did with him. She knew that they was coming to kill the firstborn around Moses' time, because they didn't want Moses to come to who he was supposed to be. All right, so what did she do to save his life? She put him in a what's that, like a little bassinet basically, and put him in a Nile River to let him float down the Nile. And he was taken up by another woman, the Pharaoh's daughter, and raised in that house. All right, but it says and that spared his life. But you know what? He was spared because Yahweh Shem Yahushua by Shem HaRachakwadash wanted that to happen. All right. It says, verse 25. It says, and the king said, divide the child, divide the living child, and give half to one and a half to the other. Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king for her bowels. She was screaming it. Yearn upon her son, and she said, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it, because she ain't care, because her child was already gone. So that, she felt pain, so she wanted other people to feel pain. And you're going to have those type of things, right? So it says, verse 27, it says, then the king answered and said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of the Most High was in him to do judgment. And hey man, like when anything, like when you want wisdom and knowledge and understanding, hey man, read Proverbs, and the wisdom of Solomon, and Sirach, books like that. I always stress that to brothers, man. You read stuff like that, and you learn experiences, wisdom through experiences, So I'm gonna go right here real quick. Let me go and end it. Let's go to Proverbs 18:18, just to prove the point with that, with these two women. All right, because the one woman spoke first and she was wrong. All right, so this is Proverbs chapter 18 and 17. It says, he that he that is first in his own cause seemeth just. All right, so he that speaks first and coming like that woman, she was speaking first and saying this and this and that. So she was, and to the naked eye, would seem like she was right because she was giving all the details and this and that and all that, you know, and you know, to an unrighteous judge, he would have believed her, you know. But hey, man, that's why you gotta have that wisdom. All right, it says, but his neighbor, but his neighbor cometh in search of him. All right, so check it out. Let's go to the GNT with that. All right, Proverbs. The first Proverbs chapter 18 and 17 in the GNT, it says the first person to speak in court always seems right until his opponent begins to question it. And yo, that woman seemed right until the one woman got a chance to start. She got cross-examined basically. You know, then when she told, nah, this stuff, that's my child, this that. You know, because the woman was upset. You know, the mother, the real mother, she had to be upset. That's why she really ain't going into detail. She's like, no, that's my child. You know, and that's why King Solomon and the other one was like, no, that's my child, because she was the guilty one speaking the loudest. And they always tell you that the guilty speaks the loudest. So whenever you judging and dealing with things, and just in your life in general, man, you know, just always try to keep a level head, man, and make the right decisions and the right choices. You know, to do it to the best of your ability. You know, we all in the flesh and we all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, we're pushing for the same penny, you know. And just remain righteous and keep your integrity through no matter what. Just like Yahweh Shah, he kept his integrity in all situations and all accusations or whatever. So Lord's willing, this was edifying. You got something out of it. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Arakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostle and others of great millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the next lesson, I'm going to say Muwafa Baba Bar, Kwam Nasharala, Death to America. Shalom.